Cooking for your own family is one thing, but what about cooking for 2,000 hungry people? Volunteers at Food and Friends spent yesterday preparing holiday meals for 1,300 people with HIV, AIDS, and other terminal diseases, as well as their families. They're cooking thousands of pounds of turkey, cornbread stuffing, mashed potatoes, and, of course, gravy. The Thanksgiving dinners are going to folks across the metro area.
You're watching Washington's ABC 7. We're on your side. This is News 7 at 5.
Well, as you and your family wrap up your Thanksgiving feast, we should all remember how many people in our community are struggling just to find the strength to join their families at the dinner table. News 7's Kevin Schultz has spent this holiday with a familiar group that has a whole new mission.
Hello, how are you? Okay.
Joanne?
Yes, sir.
Hi, I'm Hank.
Joanne Fletcher suffers from cancer. She's just come down with pneumonia. Cooking Thanksgiving dinner is out of the question.
I had breast cancer for the past 3 years, and it's been a struggle. This past month, I was had to go back for some more treatments, and that was radiation to the head. See the swelling.
Hank Reddick is delivering Joanne's free dinner from Food and Friends, a non-profit group that's delivered meals to people living with HIV/AIDS for years, and now delivers to anyone with a life-challenging illness.
Oh my goodness. Roast turkey, cornbread stuffing, mashed potatoes, turkey gravy, sweet potatoes, pumpkin and apple pie. Oh my goodness.
Reddick is a volunteer today, but more often, he's a client. He's HIV positive.
And after I started getting this food, it's not only physically helpful, but mentally, it just really perked me up.
Food and Friends has delivered home meals since 1989. On this Thanksgiving, the overall meal includes 6,000 pounds of turkey, 800 pounds of mashed potatoes, 100 gallons of gravy, and 1,100 pumpkin and apple pies.
I understand these were all handmade.
Oh my goodness gracious.
People volunteered them, made them, and brought them in.
Joanne says this lets her feel like she's contributing to her family.
Even though your family say, don't worry, don't worry, don't worry, you worry anyway because you don't want to be a burden to anybody. And the hardest part is giving up my independence and trying to hold on to it at the same time.
She'll combine this dinner with her sisters.
We'll put it all at the table together, sit down, say a blessing. My other sisters and brothers will come, and we'll enjoy every bit of it. Thank you so much.
In Northwest Washington, Kevin Schultz, News 7.
Well, Food and Friends is based in a warehouse in Southeast Washington and serves meals to an average of 500 people a day. The group gets about a quarter of its budget from the annual AIDS ride.
NBC4, working for you. Live from the area's leading news station, this is News 4 Today.
And at Food and Friends, volunteers are helping to put together holiday feasts for people who can't cook for themselves. I'm Megan McGrath. I'll have that story coming up in a live report.
Let's find out about the Thanksgiving spirit in the Washington area this morning.
We're going to go to News 4's Megan McGrath, who's live down at Food and Friends in Southeast Washington. Megan, good morning.
Good morning. Well, many of you are familiar with this organization, Food and Friends. Every day they provide meals to people living with HIV and AIDS, and they have also started providing food for those suffering from other illnesses which make them homebound. Well, today is kind of special, of course, because they're preparing holiday meals. And let me tell you, they got a lot of food here. Look in this freezer. We got 1,600 pies. The pies were made by various volunteers. Many of them were donated by companies. They're all going to be sent out today so that 500 families in our area will have a holiday feast. And it's enough food not just for them, but for their family and friends. It's a whole care package. We got turkeys, we have all the trimmings, we've got the pies, you name it, they're going to have it. Now joining me is Executive Chef John Craven here with Food and Friends. Tell me a little bit about the menu.
Hi, first, happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving to you.
Okay. What we do is we send a traditional meal, Thanksgiving meal, enough for a family. And so they have turkey, they have gravy, they have stuffing, they've got green beans, sweet corn, collard greens, mashed potatoes. The sweet potatoes, we send 2 pies. We send a pumpkin pie and an apple pie. and we also send fruit and rolls. So it's quite a nice meal, and hopefully that they'll have as nice a Thanksgiving as hopefully we all will.
Okay, thanks so much for joining us. I'll let you get back to it. I know you're busy. Preparing a meal for 500 people is not an easy business. You can see they've got a lot of volunteers here already this morning, despite the early hour. A lot of the food is already packed up and in the bins and ready to go out. They're going to start making the deliveries at 9 o'clock this morning. Now, joining me is Craig Snyderman, the executive director here. Tell me a little bit about who's going to be receiving the meals.
We're going to have about 500 families and individuals receiving the meals today. It's about 2,000 meals in Washington and about 14 counties of Maryland and Virginia.
And when will the food be going out? And you've got a whole slew of volunteers who are making this possible.
That's absolutely right, Megan. We'll have about 300 volunteers today alone that are going to be delivering these meals. They'll go out about 9 o'clock. They'll be delivered between about 9 and noon so that all of our clients, people living with AIDS and other life-threatening illnesses, will have a wonderful Thanksgiving dinner.
Now, that's right. You're doing something a little bit different this year. You're also now providing meals for people with other illnesses which make them homebound.
That's right. We'll always keep our commitment to people living with AIDS, but we've set another place at the table so that about 300 more people now and for all the years to come will continue building that program as well.
I am live, I think, at one of the busiest kitchens in town this morning. We are at Foods and Friends in Southeast. You guys are doing a great job. Don't worry about me. I got the pies. Hey, listen, coming up, though, we're going to talk about this huge volunteer effort that's a Thanksgiving tradition here, and we're going to talk about the importance of Food and Friends itself coming up on Fox 5 Morning News. So stay with us.
This is Fox 5 Morning News.
Many people in our area are also volunteering their time today. The folks at Food and Friends have hundreds of people counting on them for Thanksgiving dinner. Our Holly Morris is in Southeast Washington at Food and Friends headquarters with more. Good morning, Holly.
Good morning to you, Todd. You said the word counting. I want to count off for you what it takes to feed 500 families for Thanksgiving. We got 600 pounds of green beans, 600 pounds of buttered corn, 500 pounds of cranberry sauce, 750 pounds of sweet potatoes, 800 pounds of mashed potatoes, 750 pounds of cornbread stuffing, 100 gallons of gravy, 600 pounds of collard greens, and 2 pint-sized volunteers right at the end there. It actually takes more than 250 volunteers to pull this off today, but I couldn't resist these two. This is Cody and Kelly, and they're here on this Thanksgiving morning. And Cody, I want you to turn right around here so we can see your pretty face. And is this your first time here?
Yes.
What do you think of all this?
It's big.
It's big. It's bigger than your kitchen, huh? So why did your mom and dad tell you that you needed to come out and help today?
Because there was a lot of things to do.
There's a lot of things to do, and there's a lot of people that need your help. What about you, Kelly?
My mom wanted me to come because the sick people can't have food and stuff. They can't come and help.
And so you can help them have a happy Thanksgiving. I want to introduce you. You girls are doing a wonderful job and look so beautiful on this Thanksgiving morning. But I want to introduce you real quickly to Graham, because Graham was the first volunteer ever for Food and Friends. And it has to do your heart well to see young kids getting involved.
Oh, absolutely, because I was a pediatrician in the Army, and it's always great. This is a fun group, and they've got a lot of energy, and they're more than willing.
How does doing something like this make your Thanksgiving? I mean, you could be at home having Thanksgiving at your own home as well, but you choose to be here.
Well, this is a wonderful organization. It gives you the feeling that you're actually doing good and helping people, and I like that especially, because when you're single, they become your family. So you really have a very happy day, and you know you're doing some good for people.